Well, EDC, the Pocket Podcast, episode 2.
Well, mate, we made one episode.
Yes,
now we're on the second. It's what, 2 weeks nearly after?
Yep.
And, well, we're back.
We're back.
Thanks to everyone who watched. We've got like nearly 300 views or so at the time of, it's like 280, 290 something, I think. At the time of us recording this, and I think we've got just under a couple hundred Instagram followers.
Instagram followers as well, yeah. So thanks everyone for the support. Love you loads. It's amazing. Thanks for the positive feedback as well. It's amazing that you find us too entertaining, but hopefully we'll continue to entertain you.
So what have you been up to since the last podcast, mate?
Well, laser engraving, 3D printing.
Yeah.
What else have I been up to? Oh, new bag.
Oh yeah, new bag.
New pry.
New pry, yeah. Shout out to Rogan, we will be talking about in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome bit of kit. What about yourself?
Well, I've had a few nice knives in to work actually. I had a guy drop off a nice knife for me to fix up and sharpen. Yeah. I'll put a picture of it up. And yeah, I've been doing a bit of sharpening, a bit of fun with watches. I bought a new watch. We'll talk about that in a minute as well, I guess.
Sweet.
Because I guess that's another thing, isn't it? Watches. You talked briefly about your fancy one there, didn't you? I've got an old version of that at home. I've got the Series 3, but I literally wore it for like 6 months. I was like, I want a proper watch back.
Yeah, well...
It's like having a phone on your wrist, mate.
It is, because this one's got a SIM card in it, so I can leave my phone at home and fall asleep.
Mine did, yeah.
I think the Series Ultra.
I think the Series 3 was the first one that you could do that with.
Quite possibly, yeah.
It had like a built-in SIM card. Yeah. It was like a eSIM or something.
That's right. Yeah, and it connects to your current mobile number, so you can use your phone on your watch. Or
that's right.
Either use it with Bluetooth with your phone, or leave your phone behind, just use your watch.
Does it not annoy you? I got to a point where I was just like, I can't deal with the anymore, like on my wrist. I just want, like, it's nice to sometimes put your phone down. Yeah. And just not have any connection to it. And I feel like even when I do that with one of them on, because I always have a watch on unless I'm like going to bed. Yeah. Because obviously I'm at work, I'm constantly fixing watches and I need to know the time, so I always look. And that's part of the reason I wear this one. This is a Casio Frogman GShock. I'll put a picture of it up there so you can see it. It's on the pricier range of the GShock range, and I've had it for quite some time. But it's multi-band 6, so it's like radio frequency.
Oh so
it's never wrong. Yeah. And it's solar powered, and it turns the screen off when you're away, and when you move your wrist, the screen comes back on. It's got obviously lube and stuff on it. Yeah. But it's got loads of functions, and if I press one button, because my parents live abroad, I can see what time it is where they are. Cool. But it's not that fancy as that.
I know someone watching this who will love that. Our mate Zed Shed.
Zed is a G-Shock.
He's a G-Shock man. Yeah, loves them.
And mate, at my job. Yeah. I mean, you know, I can get. Do you know what I mean? Like literally, I can hit it with anything, mate, and it lives.
Yeah, they live up to their name. They're great watches. Yeah. I like my Apple. I like the connectivity. I like the Apple Pay.
I've just thought we've inadvertently gone on to the first topic, which is basically going to be watches, isn't it?
Well, it is today. But this one's thicker. It's titanium case as well.
Is that the titanium one?
It's a titanium one, yeah.
Why do you always do this? You always get like the nuts version of everything, didn't you?
I was very fortunate.
Oh god, that's light as well.
Yeah, I was very fortunate.
Is that an aftermarket strap? I take
it is. Amazon, 15 quid, but it's Velcro. The rubber straps make me sweat. This one's fine.
This doesn't, this one, but I mean the size of that is slightly offset. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it. I'll put another picture up there. But it's slightly offset on the wrist, so that when you move your hand back, that's already moved this way a bit. If that makes sense, it's quite a big, chunky watch. And I found that a bit with my Apple Watch, even though I went for the smaller version, not the
49 mil.
I went for the
44.
I think it was smaller again on the Series 3. I went for the smallest one. I still found it a bit roundy and bulky on the wrist.
Yeah, well, I got fed up with the all of them up to 7 because they only have a 24-hour battery life.
Yeah.
So I was charging it every day.
Yeah, I was. I remember. Oh.
Really wound me up. I get 3.5 to 4 days out of this charge. Yeah. That's with everything on. I mean, it's.
I bought my missus, I don't know if you've heard of them, it's like Amazfit or Amazon Fit, Amazfit.
Yeah.
I bought her one of them and it's like a Fitbit, but it's Amazon's own brand one.
Yeah.
That thing lasts the same. And that's got a sleep monitor on it, heart rate, and it's really accurate.
Yeah.
The technology's catching up and getting cheaper, isn't it? It's just you're paying with that for a premium quality of titanium and
you're paying for
the Apple. Well, you say you're paying for Apple, right? But you get a lot of the Android following turn around right now and go, oh, it's Apple, you're paying the trickle feed technology and all this sort. But it's about an ecosystem that you can seamlessly flick between your phone, your iPad, your this. So
when I switch my MacBook on, once I've logged into it, if I lock the screen, it unlocks because I've got my watch on. My phone unlocks with my watch if it's nearby. Don't have to use Face ID or fingerprint or anything like that. It's just got your watch, it unlocks it. So it's pretty cool. I have got a T-Touch Solar Connect.
I do a lot of them
analog watch.
Yeah, I do a lot of them.
Absolutely cracking. Solar panel, solar charging, connectivity to your watch. The difference between that one and the Apple Watch is you can't reply. There's no keyboard. There's no way of inputting.
Yeah.
Whereas on this, I can talk to it. I can type on it. I can write on the screen with my finger. The Tissot is the same price. Cracking watch, but I bought it because if I go camping, I don't have to worry about charging because it charges from the sun. It's got a 6-month backup on it.
Well, that's like this thing. I've never had to change a battery or anything. It charges from the solar, and I've had that years, like years and years and years. But my other daily, other than this, I'm even more old school. I've got an automatic Seiko Prospex, the paddy diver one.
Yes, you have. I've seen it. It's
and
very
that,
nice.
Yeah, that 7002 movement, an old school one, but I've modified it like I do with watches. I've got different glass, different dial, different everything on it.
Yeah.
That thing, like I love an old school automatic. I do, because there's something about like it just, and again, it never runs out of charge because you just give it a shake and it's working again. So even if the time's wrong on it because you've left it for a few days, find out the time. You only have to find out the time once, and then if it's back on your wrist, you're away again for as long as you wear it. You know?
Superb. And you've got some watch news. You were telling me before we started hitting record.
Yeah, so I've managed to acquire, I won't go into details, but I've managed to acquire a Swatch Amiga Moonwatch.
Nice.
The Earth edition.
Very nice. My little bro's got one. They're cracking. They look the part, even though they're plastic. They look.
Well, they're not plastic. They're bioceramic. Whatever that means. I think that just. Do you know, I heard a rumor they're made out of castor oil.
Yeah.
Castor oil.
Quite possibly.
In some way.
Quite possibly.
And plastic and ceramic mixed together, like a mush, and then they mould it and form it. But I don't know the ins and outs. You let me know in the comments if you know any more, because that's all I know about it. But I'm a watch man. I've got a bit of a collection. I've got some other naughty watches. I won't go into details. I'll show you some more later on in some further episodes. But I've got some pretty out there bad boy watches. But I just like, these are a bit of a fad, a bit of a thing, and I just thought, you know what, for what they are, I'm just going to try one.
Immensely expensive. My little brother got one New Year's Eve on his 50th birthday. His kids bought it for him. And he used to have.
I'll put a picture up there, by the way, of what they are. And there's different colours for different planets, is the way they work, isn't it? Yeah. I've got the Earth one because I like green stuff.
You don't. Do you like green? I never knew that.
Yeah, everything. Even my patch is Annabelle. Annabelle made that, but even my patch covers green for my coupe patch. Everything. My Crocs. Thanks for everyone that commented on my Crocs, by the way. That is what I live in. So.
That is going to be episode 3 because I didn't wear my Crocs in the last one. I still haven't worn them in this one, but we'll have a double Croc episode.
Are we going to croc it together? Croc life, mate.
Croc life, mate.
Croc life.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see them because mine are actually urban camo. So
we'd just be a man with no feet.
Man with no feet.
Yeah. But so yeah, watches, that is part of EDC, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell you what, some of the group posts with some of the watches that you guys have got are bloody lovely.
Yeah.
Some of the group have got some Fanatic watches.
Yeah.
I know that a certain skipper of the cooperatives into watches as well. He's got a few nice ones. Yeah. There's a few that get posted now and again. He always puts a new one on, and every now and again there's like a let's see your watches, and there's just a list of like 50 or 60 insane watches from like GShocks to Rolexes, isn't there, really?
Yeah.
So
Overpriced, expensive, never to be used.
that's what watches are all about.
Apparently.
Well, let's end it on watches. So what else have you been up to this week then? You've been 3D printing and stuff. Oh, yeah. I suppose we better talk about them. Look at these. I'm going to get one out, Chris.
Go on, get one out. Yeah.
What is it?
Now you're axing.
That's terrible. Dad joke to free, right? What are these?
These are
I'll put a picture up.
pizza axes.
No,
Not any old pizza axe though.
they've got the logo on.
The logo has
The
been
podcast
laser
logo.
engraved.
So I got these. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I introduced Chris to it because it's my missus told me about this app, and this app is basically cheap, fun, hilarious pizza axes and other rubbish called Temu, T-E-M-U, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'll put the logo up there.
We're not sponsored by them.
We're not.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet, but we might be.
But it's some app where essentially you can order cheap Chinese bits and bobs and it arrives within a week or two at a push. So those axes, I ordered 8 or 9 of them as a bit of a, just to hand out as a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And we decided we're going to give some away on the podcast. So if you guys want a pizza axe with the logo on it,
How many have we got to give away?
I think we've got
6.
5 or 6, something like that.
5, 6,
but we'll
yeah.
pick some random people. All you need to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the podcast, and leave a comment with the words pizza axe, hashtag pizza axe. If you do that, we'll pick one at random. Well, pick a few at random.
Pick a few at random. Do a
we'll
random
send you out.
draw.
We'll send you out a goodie bag, and in it, Chris has. Again, I'll put a picture up there. You've made some. I've got hold of these a while back, and I was giving them away with some engravings and stuff on. But Chris has quite coolly put the EDC the Pocket podcast on the actual scales with your
my laser machine.
with your pecker.
With my pecker.
With your laser pecker.
Did it myself with my pecker.
Hey, they're cool.
And they come out really well.
They have. I didn't see this plastic stuff that the scales are made out of. These are just cheap Sheffield plastic folding pocket knives. They're UK legal carry. They've got a stainless Sheffield blade on them, and do you know what? They're really useful. I usually give these away to friends and other people just as little gifts because I think everyone should have a knife.
Yeah.
And I put little messages on them, I engrave them on the blade or whatever. But you've managed to print the podcast on the scales. And I've never seen anything on the scales. I've tried engraving these scales. Yeah. I've never seen anything on the scales come out so well. So well done, mate.
No, I'm really pleased with it. It has come out well. So,
so we'll chuck some of them in as well.
Yeah, so we've got pizza axes and pocket knives.
But what have you done here, mate? What is that? Again, I'll put a picture up. What is?
That's a 3D printed EDC the Pocket podcast, #1 of 1 keyring, and because this was basically it was a joint idea, but you pushed it. You've gone for it. You've made us, just crack
get
on
together and do it.
So I thought I'd treat you and give you a little keyring there, and I've also done your cooperating number as
Look
well.
at that! I'll put a picture up there, but that is. Mate, thanks. They're awesome.
Welcome, buddy. Yeah.
You're getting right into this 3D printing.
Oh, mate. The trouble is,
I don't know if anyone's noticed. Any of our regular friends from our EDC groups have noticed, but Chris has got into his 3D printing.
Yeah. And laser etching.
I made a joke on the group chat the other day, didn't I? I said, soon you'll be able to 3D print yourself another 3D printer.
Yeah.
We'll get stuck in a paradox in the space-time continuum. But it's okay when the world ends because you'll be able to 3D print another one.
3D print another one, yeah. I think I'm on my way to doing it.
You are,
the amount of plastic I've used.
But some of the stuff you've made is pretty cool.
To be fair, it's in behind here, and I'm not going to move the sofa. I did print.
We've seen it. We've seen many a photo of your gadgets.
The iPod and
I'll put some up here.
Sorry, iPhone and iWatch charging station.
That is cool.
It is cool.
That's up there now, and that is actually. When you sent me a picture of that, I was like, that is actually epic, and I want one.
Yeah.
And you put a skull in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I stuck a skull on it because skulls are my thing. If you've those of you that know me know that.
Is it? I didn't know.
It's like you agree.
You've got one on there. You have under your beard. Yeah.
This is from a guy on.
Isn't that made of bone?
It's made of deer antler.
Deer antler, that's right.
A guy called Scott Biscuit on Instagram. Been following him for years. He's not cheap, but he's super, super talented. And like I said, I was very lucky last year. I got a bit of money and decided to treat myself to one of these, and he hand carved it. out of a piece of deer antler, and we'll get a picture of that up there as well. But it is absolutely stunning. Follow him. He does pool balls and hand carves into skulls.
I'll put his up there as well.
Yeah, put an up there, and we'll give him a shout out because he's an incredible guy, so bloody talented. And my brother's just tried to phone me during the filming, but that's absolutely fine, no worries. I've done some mostly useless stuff, 3D printing, but some of it is useful. Like I say, my charging station, the Altoids tin, which is great, little plastic Altoids tin, which is superb. And there's other bits that you can print and fill it up with, so little survival bits, EDC bits and stuff like that. So there's all sorts. Thingiverse is the way to go. But I'm also looking at, talking of 3D printing, my plan is, someone mentioned the other day, because I've got a Rogan Pry after you prompted me.
We'll go on to Rogan next.
Seeing yours. And someone said, I'm thinking of getting one. I said, do it. And he said, I'll do it when you 3D print the sheath for it. Well, I've been looking, and there aren't any. There's
some Kydex.
There's Kydex. You can buy Kydex.
Buy Kydex with them, yeah.
Absolutely. And there's chisel ends covers that go over the ends of chisels, which would probably fit a Rogan Pry, but they only cover like 25 mils of the actual pry. And he's looking for a belt, sheath, clip, whatever. So my plan is to learn. I'm learning at the moment 3D design. It's a pretty straightforward design, so it shouldn't be super difficult, but I want to design a Rogan Pry belt sheath, 3D printed, and with a belt loop, so you can put it on your belt, easy access.
Nice.
And that's what I'm going to try and do, so I'll keep you updated on that. But I've been looking and there aren't any available, so it'll be...
Do you know what?
Design it.
I could put you in touch with him. The guy who runs Rogan.
Oh yeah,
top fella. I'll put a picture of him up there. He's a top bloke.
Yeah.
And we should move on to Rogan really.
Yes, we should.
Let's do it. So, Rogan, who are they? They are USA based, USA products, USA made, very proudly. This guy who basically makes pry bars and great big ones for like ordnance disposal and the military and the American military, I believe.
Tools,
trenching tools, digging tools.
Yeah.
I'll put some pictures up here. I've been chatting to him on Instagram. He's a great guy, and he's just news. Basically, he's just started Rogan Knives. Even bigger news. Yeah. He watches the podcast. Yeah, he's seen the last podcast. I sent him a link to it, and he said thanks for the shout out. So we thought we'd talk about you again because he's making knives. Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah. And they look amazing. They look epic. Yeah. So I've been in touch about how to get one, and I'm going to try and get one when they come out. I believe there's going to be a few different sizes. Here's the pictures of the ones that we do know about. I won't go into details, but I know that there's going to be a couple of names for them. I believe one of them is the Recon, because I know he's put a picture on Instagram of that one, which I'll put up there. Mate, if they're anything like the Pry Bars, they're going to be great. They are. And talking of the Pry Bars, you got your Pry with you? I've got mine with me. So what's this one? This one is the... is it the same one I had? The Mutt. Is it the RPT or the Mutt? Oh, the RPT? I can't remember. Rogan Pry Tool RPT. It's the cheaper one of the set. But, so it's caught on the trash, there we go. Nice little leather. Well, this is basically what's in your pocket. So let's combine that. So this is what's in your pocket. This is what's in my pocket. This is what's always in my pocket. This is a nice little caddy by Lorimer Leather. Nice. Put a picture up there for him. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. And haven't you had that a while? I have, yeah, but I didn't carry it for ages. Yeah. But since I got my Pry Bar, I decided to carry it. So, right, light slice, standard. As usual, got the new Spidey. Nice. UK legal. So that one's in there. That's the Spyderco pits again. That's the pits again, yeah. M390. Yeah. I've got my Olight Arkfeld. Again, we're going to have to do a whole episode on Olights. Yeah. That is another beauty. Team blue, and I did have that one engraved. I didn't do it, but it's engraved with my coupe number on it. Nice. So but that's a laser pointer and a torch, really nice.
And
Got a picture up there. What model is it?
it's the Arkfeld.
Arkfeld.
Yeah.
Nice.
It comes in various colours. Obviously, I went for blue.
Yeah.
Because it was for me, not for you. And here it is, the Rogan Pry.
Nice. I'll get my Pry out. Hang on.
Cracking bit of kit.
So is that the same as I've got? I've high polished mine as well, I should say.
No, I think yours is the next one up.
No.
Same?
So, there are 2 versions of the RPT. You've got the new version, and I've got the old version, and it's important to note, if you're ordering the Kydex sheaths, there's Kydex versions for the old one, and Kydex versions for the new one.
Cool.
And all it is the date they were made.
Yeah.
So this is the slightly older version, that's the newer version.
Yeah. Comes with a paracord wrap,
a
keychain hole, Rogan obviously laser engraved, not by me. He does that himself with a very powerful laser, because I've seen it on Instagram, and it's a beast. But within 30 minutes of opening the package with this one when it arrived, I was using it to open a package that was sent to me, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's not EDC, but I've got to talk about it because it's just epic. But I used this to open the package that came in, and
What do you think?
Love it.
You sold?
Yeah, 100% sold.
Have you seen how high polished this one is?
Yes, I have, mate, yeah. Put your sunglasses on, because I'm just going to wiggle it at the camera.
I got bored at work and it needed a bit of a touch up. So I not only did I give it a touch up, but I went right down to like 10,000 grit, and then I got the compounds out and put a mirror polish on it.
To be fair, what really sold me on Pry Bars is our lovely lady friend, Mandy Bell.
Mandy.
She came down to visit a couple of weeks ago, and I took her for a tour around Plymouth and up on the moors. But when we hit Plymouth, we went down to Barbican and we had breakfast at Captain Jasper's.
Captain Jasper's.
Captain Jasper's,
wow.
Real famous.
If you don't know about Captain Jasper's, I'll put a picture up there of what it looks like. But that is a place and a half.
Place and a half.
I go down there on my motorbike quite a bit. Yeah,
it's great. Yeah. But while we were there, we had breakfast rolls, bacon, sausages, eggs, and God knows what else. But we had cans of Coke, and Mandy reached into her bag, pulled her Pry Bar out to save her nails, and used it to pop the ring pull on the Coke. And I thought, what a genius idea.
Yeah, that's what I use these for every morning.
Yeah, nuts. And it's got so many uses. Actually, stick it in the comments what you use your Pry Bar for, because I'm sure there's going to be something there that we haven't thought of, but you can use it for all sorts, opening paint tins, opening packages, opening Coke cans.
I used it today to pry the sole off a shoe that I was repairing.
There you go, see, multitude of uses. And the Rogan Pry it's just a beast of a tool.
This is why I can't wait for the knife to be out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long. I know that there's a supplier in the UK that I've been chatting to, and he's told me he is getting them.
Cool.
He doesn't know when, so we will put them on the podcast when they're out. What else you got in there?
So I've also got my pen, which is a.
What we got this week?
Can't remember. It's a rollerball, and it's one that I picked up because I'm a Lockbee ambassador for Lockbee journals, field journals, pocketbooks, and whatever. I think I managed to get that one on with some of my commission, but it's a nice little pen. I'm not a great fan of ballpoints and rollerballs, but to be fair, it is a nice bit of kit and it writes well. So that one gets carried in there because it's made of aluminium, aircraft aluminium, and it can get a bit battered. And it's not one of your fancy fountain pens. So
I do like that little pouch.
This pouch, mate, is stunning. And old Laura Leather, I met him at the shop show last year. We twigged who we were. I twigged he was the maker, and he twigged that I was his customer. And we had a really nice chat. Absolutely gent of a guy, and extremely talented. And it's just
well made, that isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
It's really well made leather, well stitched.
Yeah.
It's nice quality as well.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Very
It's got
nice.
his little logo there. We'll stick a thing up there as well. And
do you know something, mate? I've never ever in my life of my hobby of knives and this and that and the other and carrying an EDC have ever been into caddies ever.
Yeah.
Every caddy I've ever had, I've given it away within a week, or I've sold it, or I've got it sat in the bottom of a drawer. But last episode, after we finished filming, you gave me one of 2 that you got hold of.
Yeah.
Of these. Now I bet I've got a Tough Possum Gear patch off there on here. It's not made by Tough Possum Gear. This is a Viperade.
Viperade, yeah.
I don't know the model. Do you?
Not sure of the model, but
it's a Vibrate Caddy, and I'll put a better picture of it up here. But this thing is brilliant.
Yeah.
It fits in my pocket perfectly.
Yeah.
We've just mentioned the Rogan, but I can quite happily put a Rogan, a sack, a Swiss Army knife, a main knife that's a UK legal, and a pen in it.
Yeah.
All in my pocket with a patch on the back, and it not even feel intrusive.
Yeah.
And it's all in one place, and it is absolutely brilliant. I'm sold on
it's
caddies.
a great little pouch. I did use mine for a while, but with the Arcfeld takes up too much room.
Yeah.
And the pits and the pry and the pen, and it was just too much. So it's a nice lightweight carry. I'm going to try and put together a little.
Look at that.
Yeah, I know, that's perfect. It's flat as well, which is awesome.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm going to put together a little flat carry.
And I can't believe you got me it. Thank you.
Oh, you'd be pro.
Well,
that's what we do.
I better go on to what I've got in it as well. So
yeah,
I've got my Rogan Pry. What's in my pocket? I've got my Rogan Pry like you have.
Yeah.
I put a high polish on it, and I sent the picture of it to Rogan, and he came back with, well, that's a lot of elbow grease.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually that bad because I used a machine on it, but there we go. I've got this one. Looks like the 2023 Coupe Sack, which I'll put a picture of up there, which is a Victorinox Alox, but it's actually, on the blade, it's a 2019.
Ooh.
So it's the old green one.
Nice.
And it's got a slightly different tool set to the new 2023 green one, sorry. And it's a bit harder to get hold of. But I really like this one, and this one I got when I got patched.
Yeah.
At the Sharp Show, yeah.
Awesome.
So I picked that up. I swapped my other Olight pen out because I finally found my OD green one.
Yes.
Which my missus got me for Christmas or birthday, I think, one or the other, which is the same pen I had last week, but it's an OD green one.
Yeah.
And it just goes with all my green bits. And we're going to talk about Spyderco briefly in a second after this. So I thought I would bring, now, the staple Spyderco UK friendly EDC legal to carry go-to knife has been the UK PK.
UK PK, yeah.
Which is the UK pen knife, pocket knife?
Pocket knife, pen knife, yeah, something like that.
UK PK, yeah. So it's the United Kingdom pen knife or pocket knife that Spyderco make, which means it's UK legal slip joint, but I've actually managed to get hold of a factory titanium, which was one of my grail knives, and I'll put a picture of it up there again, but that is a factory titanium scaled one of it model.
Really nice.
Which was one of my grail ones because there's a lot of the UK PKs about in all the different scales. I mean, I've got another one in my pocket here, which is don't get me wrong, the blade's not the blade's not unmodified, but that's the Hennie Haynes 4-pin edition. Yeah. But again, it's just, I think it's G10 in it? Or,
I think so.
Yeah, G10 scales. So there's a lot of different models about, but the titanium factory one was made quite some time ago now. I think it was 2014 or 13 or something around then. Or, it was a while back, and you can't get them anymore new. You can get UK PKs and there are makers out there like Vapor Puffin, who are brilliant, by the way. We'll put their business up there. But they make scales for that model, but you can't really get hold of the factory ones. So when one popped up on the sales group, I snapped it up for a bargain.
Don't blame you.
And it's one of my favourites. I never really carry this one, it sits in my safe.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd bring it along today. The one I usually carry is done by the Stig at Ferric Towers again. Shout out to Ferric Towers. Is this one, I'll put a close up on there, but that's got an etched blade on it. And I use that every day pretty much at work. So
yeah. But that blade's stunning on that Stig.
It's not bad, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he did an amazing.
It was
job.
one of the first ones I got that. Yeah. The first etched ones from the Stig.
He is a legend.
He is a legend, and I really like that. That's S30V, and that's S30V as well. But the standard model, I think, is CTS. No, it's BDM1, I think. In fact, if you bring your Magic Gadget out, we're going to talk about Spyderco now, and it'll tell us on the Spyderco 2023 releases what it's going from and to, because there is a new steel for that model.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's in my pocket anyway, and that has been absolutely brilliant, mate. Thanks for that.
You're very, very welcome, mate. Very welcome.
So yeah, on to the news. There is a lot out in the EDC world at the moment, but we're going to concentrate today's news on Spyderco.
New product reveal?
Yeah, I think that was it. I'll put the new models up here, but the main one is that Spyderco's UK PK has got a new steel. And the new steel is up on the screen now. We can't find
quicker
it.
than it is on my screen.
There it is. So
PK
it's Spy,
Spy 27.
Yeah, SPY 27. Now, what I've read is it's almost S30V like. So, yeah, here we go.
UK penknife developed a cult following amongst pocket knife enthusiasts worldwide. You can read this yourself on there on the spyderco.com website. But it has a full flat ground blade crafted from CPM SPY 27,
which is their new steel.
A cobalt enriched particle metallurgy stainless steel developed specifically for Spyderco. There you go.
What I've heard, it's got the same type of blade retention and sharp retention. Yeah, edge retention and sharpness is a cross between S30V and S35VN. So it's like, almost like a combination of the two.
Mr. Berry's going to be pleased because the UK penknife Salt is available in yellow. I think he's got one of them.
It's in yellow and green.
Yellow and green, so you'll be pleased as well. Yeah.
Salt versions are really corrosion resistant.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a new model out. I'll put a picture of it up there. It comes in blue as standard, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's gone from the old metal, which was up on the screen, I think it was BDM1 or something like that, to Spy 27, which is a cracking steel, so I've heard. I'm yet to find anything with it, but there's a few other models out. I know there's a new
New
Tenacious. There's CPM M4, so M4 steel, which is pretty cracking. I'll put a picture of that up there. There's a new Stretch 2XL Ninchin, which is a glass fibre Damascus sprint run. So if you fancy rinsing your bank account with that bad boy, it's not UK legal, but it looks bloody beautiful, doesn't it?
I wouldn't say it was £410 worth of beautiful, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but that is some expensive bit of kit.
Yeah.
I know that, there's a new Native Chief out, which is Spy 27, again, the new steel.
PK,
yeah.
Native Chief, Mule Team.
Well, we've got to talk about the Mule Team. If you don't know what the Mule Team is, that is a Mule Team. There's a Rex T15 and a K 294 Rex Team mules out. The mules basically look like that, and you can wrap them with paracord. You can put your own scales on.
Yeah.
You can 3D print parts for them. They're not UK legal to carry because they're not folding. They're fixed blades, but what a great bushcraft knife!
Bushcrafting, camping.
Yeah,
ideal. Got a Military 2 black G10 with a black blade.
That looks sick.
Coming soon. That looks quite sick. Micro Jimbo.
Now, the Micro Jimbo. That's the Yojimbo's little brother that's just come out. And I believe there's two versions. You've got a G10 with steel blade and a G10 with a black blade. And they're both the plain edge, not the spidey edges.
Yeah.
Little Temperus 3 lightweight K390.
That looks quite cute.
That looks cute. And the Man Bug,
yeah.
lightweight. And the Leaf Jumper. Now, this Leaf Jumper, if they made this a slip joint, this would be a cracking little knife. It's K390. And that Leaf Jumper, look at that.
Beautiful.
K390, the patina you can get on it. There's a few fellas in a few groups on Facebook that take that K390. In fact, I'll ask him and I'll see if he'll let me post a picture up there. But there's some work being done by a few people that, wow, K390.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you can do with it, yeah. A guy called Chris. If you're watching, shout out, you do some cracking work. I'll see if you'll let me put some up there, but K390 can be played with, and it is certainly customisable. So yeah, Spyderco, a lot of new models out.
Yeah.
Check out their website. I'm sure a lot of them are going to go through your usual UK retailers like Heinie, Haynes, Knives and Tools, the usual people. They've got some cool stuff out. I mean, that new steel, I have no idea what it's like. I haven't tried it yet. Both of my UK pen knives are S30V.
Yeah.
So all I can say is that they're absolutely brilliant. So that's spyderco news out of the way. Rogan news out of the way.
Yeah. New bag news.
New bag news. What have you got, mate? You spent a fortune
on everyday bag.
What is it?
It is the Magforce. Yeah, it's a Magforce.
What model?
Hang on, I'm gonna have to have a look on these.
He's looking it up.
I can't remember.
We'll put a picture of it up there. It's a Magforce, isn't it? So
yeah, Magforce. Where are we? All emails. I
love it.
No, it's not that one.
You've got so many knife emails there. I can see Hennie Haynes everywhere. If you don't know Hennie Haynes, check them out. I'll put their logo and their website up there. But we get a lot of kit from them.
Yeah, I've been using Hennie Haynes.
Let's face it, they're not the cheapest on the planet, but you pay for quality. Yeah, and they sell nothing but quality stuff.
Magforce Recruit. Briefcase, waxed canvas, EDC holdall, great little bag.
What did it set you back? Let's get that out of the way first.
Well, luckily I had a discount code.
Okay.
So recommended retail price £117. Set me back 109. Free postage from Heinie.
I can see the quality.
The quality.
I can look. Let me feel this. That
wax canvas
feels like it's just gonna last forever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would have a bit of trepidation spending 117 quid on what is essentially a little bit bigger version of a man bag.
Yeah, and it is a man bag, but
I like it.
I need to reduce what I carry because my rucksack over there
is huge.
It's normally got all this in it and what else is in there, and it's just weighs a ton. Yeah. So I needed like a day bag that I could take to work, take out and about.
I love the layout.
The layout's great. What I'm disappointed in, I'll do the cons first for me.
Go on.
Cons, slightly smaller than I expected.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be bigger.
I thought the same. When you told me you were getting a new bag,
yeah.
I know the amount of stuff you carry, I expected bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a bit like Roadhouse, I thought you'd be bigger. And, sadly it's not. Second disappointment, great water bottle pouch on the front. However,
you can't fit your favourite water bottle in it.
My favourite coupe, EDC cooperative
clean canteen, which you just laser engraved.
I'll put a picture of my number on it, and it doesn't fit. It's too big.
Mate, you're devastated, aren't you?
It will take. Looking at the website, and I've got one in my van, but my van's not here at the moment. The clean canteen stainless steel bottle with the screw lid.
Yeah, I've got one. Yeah, I'll put a picture up there of that one.
Fits perfectly in there.
Okay.
You've got patch panel on the front, which has also got slits in it for
I didn't see them.
For webbing
things.
I see that. The back's got a patch panel as well.
That's cool.
Which is really cool. You've got a sling strap, and the shoulder strap has got a quick release.
Oh wow!
Adjustment.
That's cool.
So it clips closed, but it's easy when it's on your shoulder. You pull that down, and then that slides. And it's easy to adjust while it's in situ, which is quite nifty.
Unique.
Really. Yeah.
Unique.
Yeah. Back pocket is...
Well, that's iPad Pro size easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, it's got the Velcro, so if you've got the... if you've got any... I can't think of the name of the blooming company now. I've got one of their pouches as well. But they've got like...
Maxpedition?
No, it's not Maxpedition. It's another one. It'll come to me. But
anyway,
if you've got a Velcro pouch with the Velcro back on, you can attach it to the panel there.
Oh, so it just sticks.
Which is really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's quite handy. There's a pocket in here which is way big enough for an iPad Pro.
Is it a cushioned one?
Cushion laptop. Yeah, 15-inch laptop or the iPad Pro, and that fits in there really well.
So you're talking iPad Pros, MacBook Minis.
Yeah, actually my MacBook, 15-inch MacBook fits in there as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Nothing bigger than that though, really.
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really, but it's pretty decent.
That's a good size though. That's
a decent size. It's got a retaining strap as well to keep it safe. There's another little pocket in front of it. Then I've got my Lockby field journal in there.
And you are a Lockby ambassador.
I am, yes, proud to say.
Yeah.
I've got my...
If you don't know about Lockby, they make some really good products. But
that's the pouch I was talking about, the alpaca pouch.
Oh yeah.
Great little pouch.
That is cool.
They are absolutely superb, and you can get loads in there. So, but that...
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, I do like that. Is that what I think it is?
Yep.
You got to tell people what this is. What's this?
Beautiful, mate. That's what that is.
What is it?
Beautiful.
But what is it? Come on. That is a twisted assisted tulip.
With jade scales.
And that's UK legal.
Yeah.
So that's a tiny little. You got this? Did you get this
At the shop show.
At the
last
shop
year.
show, yeah. Twisted Assist, if you don't know about them, are a brilliant little company. They make a couple of really, really decent, well-made, quality, UK legal pocket knives, don't they? And this is one of them, the Tulip. There's another company that make a similar one to this. What's that company called? Is it Cricket or someone like that make one? It's very similar. Yeah. But it's a great little design, that. One hand opening, tiny, tiny little blade, great little box opener.
Yeah.
That's a cracking little knife. You had that in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
I like that. Oh wow, you got some prize in there, look.
Yeah.
That's a cracking little pouch, mate. Who makes this? Alpaca.
Alpaca. Yeah.
I do like.
But they do have a.
Is that a pry I gave you?
Yes, it is.
Oh, look at that! Look, well done.
It is. They do like a hanging system. So where they got the loop on the back,
Yeah, yeah.
there's like a hanging system that you can attach to your belt or attach in a bag.
And look at that! You've got a little zip on the
coin
front.
pouch on the front as well. Yeah, some coins in there. Coins.
Mate, that again, that is the perfect size for a little mini carry in your pocket, which is not far off thicker than. I mean, it's probably twice as thick as that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not bad though.
No, it's
I like that.
It's a great little pouch. So that's that one in there. That's right. My OCD's cracking on. I'm just going to put the tube.
You're going to put it back how you like it, because
Yeah.
everyone's carry is their own how they like it, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
I'm like this. When people start picking this up and taking stuff out, I have to have it put back.
And I got my coupe sack that you gave me. Team blue. Yeah, with my number that I laser engraved on.
Hang on, let's put the blue and the green together. There we go. Brilliant. Is that the one I gave you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Lovely little knife. And then I've also got in here my emergency power pack pouch. So I've got.
So let's just get this straight. You've got a pouch with just cables in.
Well, there's two cables.
This is why this is too. I was worried this would be too small for you.
Yeah.
Because you've got a pouch just with cables in.
Well, cables, two of iPhone cable and USB-C cable for my iPad. I have a
batteries. I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the 10,000 milliamp hour Anchor one that Phil did the EDC cooperative YouTube video about.
Yes.
Really cracking bit of kit. Check out his review on it.
Check out EDC Cooperative's YouTube page and you'll see a great review on that little gadget. Anchor makes some absolutely cracking bits of kit. In fact, I've got one that just goes on the back of your phone.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one? It's got Maglock.
This one.
Is it the same?
It's a MagSafe iPhone Anchor battery. But this one's got a built-in little folding stand.
So mine hasn't got the foldy bit and it's smaller, I think. But I've got the same thing.
Little folding stand, folds at the back so you can sideways or...
That's MagSafe, isn't it? The same,
yeah. MagSafe one.
Or Maglock, one of the other.
MagSafe, yeah. And then I've got my my little portable, really thin, ultra thin UK 3-pin plug with USB-C and USB-A power delivery.
That's clever.
That's a great bit of kit. So that's a beauty.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's my little power pack reserves, just in case, because you can never
so your bag basically does hold everything for your day out.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't go away for a weekend with it, would you?
I would take this as well as a rucksack.
As well as a rucksack.
Yeah.
But I guess it's all in one place.
This would be for day trips, and the rucksack would be packed with whatever I needed.
But it is a good size, mate.
But yeah, it's a decent size, and I've also got my iWatch, Apple Watch. That's a built-in battery. It recharges, and it's got a USB-C plug on the end of it, so I can plug it into that plug it into a wall socket, or I can just use it on its own because it's got its own built-in battery. So
that's clever.
Gadgets, I love gadgets, as you know. So that's them bits in there, and then when we come to the front pouch here, I've got my little camera accessory, which is MagSafe, made by Snap Grip.
Oh yeah, Snap Grip.
Really good bit of kit. And then I've got my 2 pen pouches, which are full of fountain pens. I don't need to carry that many pens, but I can't bear to pick one. Yeah. So so that's all the pens in there as well. So yeah, it's a great little bag. Just slightly smaller than I would have hoped, but
do you know what? For you, that's probably a good thing.
It's
going to prevent you carrying so much stuff you don't need with
because
you.
it's still fucking heavy even with that.
Oh, that does weigh a ton, mate. Oh, that is quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The canvas, I guess, is heavy as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah, canvas is heavy, and then you got the iPad's not really light, and then with the batteries, the 3 batteries and stuff. But yeah, it's ideal. I like it. It's a good bit of kit. So perfect.
Well, do you know something? We've got two episodes. This will be the second episode, and we're giving away some freebies.
Yeah.
So we've got the pizza axes, the little pocket knives, and some other little patches and gifts and stickers and bits and bobs for anyone that subscribes, anyone that likes and then comments in the comments with the word pizza axe. We will pick some at random and we will send some out to you for free.
But you've got to subscribe to the channel to be in with a chance. You've got to be in it to win it.
You have.
So please subscribe. It's I know it's a little bit of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, but we just want to build up the subscribers list. And
we do.
And who doesn't want and who doesn't need a pizza axe?
This is true.
Let's be fair. People are going to be fighting.
Do you know what? I've got one at home, a black one. We've only got red ones to give out. I'm sorry. But I've got one black one in the package, and I used it the other night just because I thought, do you know what? I've bought them, I've got to use it. And I had a pizza, and you got a pizza tonight.
I got a pizza tonight.
And you're going to use yours tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm going to use mine tonight
Love
as well.
it.
I'm going to, absolutely. And the only reason I went shopping this afternoon, and because you said you were bringing the pizza axes around, I bought a pizza just so I could use it. So
we're going to give some of them away, some patches, some other bits. And I've also got news for the upcoming episodes. I've been chatting with a few different makers and a few different people. And we're going to get some other bits to give away. Yeah,
Annabelle Pirate Queen.
If you don't know Annabelle,
or Hail the Pirate Queen,
this is some of her stuff.
Yeah,
Annabelle is a maker. She's a member of EDC Cooperative as well.
Yeah,
she was at the Sharp Show. She had a stand there last year.
Yeah, and I've got.
And I believe she's there this year again.
Yes, she is. She's there this year again. I do actually.
Annabelle is not just a maker, but she's a creator of
notebook covers,
leatherwork, knives, leather tools, leather making tools.
Yeah.
She restores, she repurposes, she upcycles, and
she's lovely.
She is lovely. If you've never met Annabelle, she's literally one of the nicest human beings I think I've ever had the pleasure of talking to.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's lovely,
and she gives great hugs.
She does.
So she's
at the Sharp Show this year, I believe.
Yeah, she's got a stall.
This is some of the stuff she makes. I'll put some pictures up of her gear, but she has been in contact and said she is more than happy to provide something for us to give away.
Yeah.
So the next episode we'll come up with another giveaway. And
maybe a couple of episodes in, because I know she's busy making stuff.
I know she is making stuff for the Sharp Show, yeah.
But that's something for the future to look forward to.
But she has said she's going to send us something to give away at some point.
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to.
Martin at Coffee Gasoline.
Coffee Gasoline?
Yeah.
Shout out to Coffee Gasoline.
Yeah, Martin's been in touch. I've had a chat with him and he said he's going to give us a little something to give away. So he makes great stuff.
Yes.
If you don't know him, check him out. He's got a Facebook page.
I'll put some pictures up there now of his kit, because I'm not joking. If you're into your EDC and you're into fidgets and God knows what, I mean, look at that. I mean, look. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, he's
He
a great
makes
guy.
some epic stuff.
Absolutely great guy, and he deserves.
And what a logo! I like his logo.
I love the logo.
Look at that.
Love the logo.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got one of his beard combs, which
Have
is
you?
in the shape of his logo. Yeah.
There you go. Everyone needs a beard comb.
Everyone needs a beard comb. Even if you ain't got a beard, you can use
Yeah.
it for the hair under your arms or the back of your back or wherever. If you've got hairy toes, you can use it on them as well. So.
But yeah, so we've got some some more cool giveaways.
Yeah.
I've also got Jackal firearms. I'll put a picture of it up there. A coin, some other patches, and some other bits that they have given me to give away. But I'm saving that for a later episode, and there's a reason I'm saving it for a later episode, which you'll find out if you keep watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think that pretty much sums up episode 2. This is more of a stop filler for the next episode, where we're going to deep dive a bit more into your new gadgets, which is your 3D printer, which is a
Creality Ender 3 S1 Pro,
and your laser engraver, which
Laser
is
Pecker 2,
a Laser Pecker 2, both of which I'll put some pictures up there of. But
I bought a cry cut today as well.
And you bought a cry cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an episode on what we do in terms of customising our own bits of kit.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through our own customised kit and other people's. So if you guys have got any stuff that you've customised using 3D printers, laser etching, or ferric washing blades, or anything else that you want to show on the podcast up there, send it in to me on Instagram or on Facebook, and we will feature it in the show as well.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff that we see every day is what inspires us to customise some of our kit.
Yeah. I know Steph 3D prints custom scales for sacks, Swiss Army knives.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is in the next episode, we want to go in a bit more deep dive on the 3D printing, a bit more deep dive on your laser engraver.
Yeah.
We're going to give away some laser engraved patches, aren't we?
Yes.
In the following episode as well.
We'll make them on the podcast and
then give them away.
Pro donor, and then we're going to be, if anyone's interested, I'm going to be making patches. They're iron on, but you can sew them on as well. Be making patches for sale. But we'll talk more about that in the next episode. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to dive into makers a bit more. So we're going to look at basically what our friends and our acquaintances through the EDC world, what
Contacts,
they do.
They do, because there are some really incredibly talented people out there making stuff that are not really known, and we feel they should be. Yeah,
I mean, some of the kit that I've been sent, I mean, even some of the little patches up on the wall there that Annabelle sent me, just little pirate ones. Just some of the leatherwork and some of the, personalisation and detail. I mean, we both are a member of EDC Cooperative, and every time, I don't know if you know how EDC Cooperative works, but basically, if you're a nice person and good in the group and you contribute a lot and you get picked, they send you a patch. And you get a number with that patch, and I'm 295 and you're
213.
213. But it's tradition when you're patched that you get a patch maker made for your patch. So this is my one, and it was made by Annabelle. It's got my number on it there, and I'll put a picture up there of it. And it's also got 2 sheds, which is a affectionate nickname for me because I haven't got 1 shed. I've actually got 2 sheds in my back garden.
Yeah, and Annabelle. There's also Dav Jones.
Jones,
Lauren Leather. I'm just trying to think now on the spot, and I can't. But there's definitely those 3 people. Tiffany.
Tiffany's made some.
Tiffers has made some stuff, and she, I believe, Tiffers has actually made leather work for the Queen. I may be wrong, but I'm sure I did hear that on last week's Zoom call. But if she didn't, she should, because her work is just outstanding. This patch holder was made by Annabelle, and we were talking on the Zoom call one night. I just said she made my first one, and I wanted a newer one. And we were talking about the Goonies, because I'm a Goonies fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
I never realised that. Haven't you just actually? I'll put a picture of it up there. But the other day I got a text message from you pop up, and you got a Goonies map.
I was going to come to that.
I was putting a picture of it up there now.
Annabelle actually laser engraved the Goonies motto, "Never Say Die," and the Goonies Treasure Map on the back of my patch. We'll put a picture up. But everyone in the group knows that I'm a Goonies fan. I absolutely love them. It's the worst, best film ever.
You got a Goonies t-shirt.
Best, worst film ever. I got a Goonies t-shirt. But one of the guys in the group messaged me and said, "Look, I won. I didn't even know I'd entered the competition, but I won a replica Goonies Treasure Map."
There it is.
Yeah.
I got a picture of it through the other morning. I was like, "Is that a Goonies Treasure Map?" And you were like, "Yeah."
3D print of One-Eyed Willie's skull. And he said, "They're sat in the drawer, no good to me. Being as you're a fan, you can have them." And wouldn't accept anything. Doug, you're a legend. The One-Eyed Willie's skull
That's cool.
There, 3D printed. It's only a small one.
It reminds me of one of those glass skulls from like all the weird tales as well.
Really cool. Yeah. And then the pièce de résistance. We may have to cut the podcast short and go treasure hunting, mate. There it is.
There it is, look.
The Goonies Treasure Map.
That's hilarious.
And that's one of my proudest possessions.
That is epic.
So I'm working on the display.
It's not EDC related technically,
not EDC related,
but I can see you carrying that around in your pocket for the next week.
I'm afraid to, because I don't want to damage it. So it's.
You see my t-shirt today? I wore it for the podcast.
I love it. Sharp knives matter.
Sharp knives do matter, and do you know why they matter? Because a blunt knife is a dangerous knife, if you ask me.
Definitely.
And that's another topic we'll be covering in a future podcast.
Oh yeah, knife
sharpening. Yeah.
So, I did print myself a Goonies skeleton key, which is also a bottle opener.
Did you 3D print the stuff? Did you? I didn't know.
Yeah, and I also printed.
Oh, is that? Oh wow! Hang on! Whoa! Stop the boat. Have you? Is that got a metal bit in?
It's a 5p coin,
That's
so you can use it as a bottle opener. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And the Goonies pirate coin, doubloon. Which they used to.
A doubloon.
Yeah.
So that's clever.
But I'm going to put all them in a frame and get it displayed up on the wall. But at the moment they're sitting up there. So yeah, there we go, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show.
EDC, the Pocket Podcast, episode 2.
Episode 2, done and dusted.
And we will be on to 3 soon.